Alrighty. So next up, hey, Blizzard looked down at the keyboard and found the fuck go back button. They said, "Fine, leave me alone. Ah, take it for 3 weeks."
You guys don't like Overwatch. We're making a new, better Overwatch. It's called Overwatch 2, but really it's about story content. Okay, we canceled the story content, but Overwatch 2 is still good. Oh, wait, you don't like it? What if we just went back to Overwatch 1, the game we took away from you?
Overwatch 1.0, the back down event begins. The back down event. So here's the thing.
Embarrassing.
So Overwatch Classic is coming out, and you can play as all the original heroes in all the original ways. Mercy with the full res, original strats, original hooks, etc., and maps and so on, as a limited time event for 3 weeks. And it's like, hey guys, come on, come on. It's the and then and maybe one day you'll boot it up, and then you won't notice, and you'll just get queued into a regular match of Overwatch 2, and then we got you.
Hey, Wooly, I have a question. What would you consider classic in a timeline sense?
2016.
Oh, not 2023? Because everyone thinks about Overwatch came out in 2016, but Overwatch was a playable and normal video game up until Overwatch 2's release in 2023. This classic only left the ability to be played 18 months ago.
So you can tell from the way people are responding to it, what it's actually bringing back is the untouched characters and maps that are no longer removed from the game. It's old maps and characters in the way that you originally played them, to which for me it's just like, oh, it's the one that I was playing before I stopped playing it. And for a lot of people, I'm sure it'd be the same.
When I heard about this on stream the other day, I described it as a world in which classic Coke was coming back for 3 weeks, but new Coke is just going to be the way forward forever.
Well, you have to buy a 2-liter of new Coke, and inside of it, there's a classic Coke can that you have to get at. That's how that's going to work.
Blizzard is in this weird state in which all they can do is release older, not ruined versions of their existing games.
I tried to find the right musical artist for it, and my brain couldn't find one of just like, the fuck you, fine, here's my old album, shut up, leave me alone, for a limited time only, or when you
Madonna.
Or when you go to the concert, they will refuse to play anything that people came to see.
Madonna is the all-time greatest, because she did an interview about 15 years ago in which she was talking about how annoying it is that at her concerts for her new album that people ask her to sing like a virgin. And she said, I don't even remember the lyrics to that song.
That's what I was going to say. She'd have to remember the words for that to count, though.
That's a lie, Madonna.
Oh, yeah?
You don't remember the words.
I can believe
your biggest hit of all time that you sang tens of thousands of times on stage?
She's pretty old, and there's a lot of alterations going on. I don't know. Yeah. I can believe anything not being forgotten, to be honest.
Did the great equalizer, COVID, remove your memories of how to sing your own song?
I saw one pop up there. Linkin Park. This is the modern Linkin Park, and everyone's like, like, all right, here you go. Here's Hybrid Theory, Meteora, for 3 weeks only. Yeah!
Yay. Yeah, Blizzard just seems like a fucking...
I mean, but you have to admit, like, it is the ultimate trump card, right? It's in the playbook. You go, the last thing is, here's the thing. It's the thing you know and you want.
Yeah,
and like it's hooked up to a little string, and you get You get 3 weeks, and then
So you're completely right, but I feel like Blizzard has ruined this.
WoW Classic.
Blizzard specifically for themselves have ruined the Classic thing because WoW Classic was the single most requested thing from that company for like 8 or 9 years, and then they were like, fine, and it was like really dismissive. You think you want that, but you don't. Like this really high and mighty attitude where it was like, no, people actually want that. They very much do want that.
That's interesting you said, because where the fuck was it? Somewhere in the announcement for this, they were talking about like, oh, so like what's the plan, or like why just 3 weeks? And they're like, oh well, you know, there's kind of like you never know, maybe we'll see if we want something like that to linger. But the phrasing in one of the interviews was talking about how it's like, what was it? It's like, oh, it's great to see how much the game has changed. We've added a lot over the years. Yeah, there's a lot of format changes. We want to. It's some. You can go back and experience the way it was when it first launched. It almost like there was something to it where that kind of sounded almost like, hey, you can go back and see how nuts and crazy it was, so that you can appreciate the current thing.
Yeah,
you know,
like it is now.
Look how crazy and wild and great dumb it used to be. Now you'll appreciate. You know, and like I almost got that vibe from it.
When they did that with WoW Classic, I have a lot of friends who are like, yeah, no, this is better. It was better. I like it better. The old WoW was better. And then you get to like, oh, you know what? Well, at least they're remastering their games like Warcraft 3. Oh, you mean the game they took away from you and then ruined? Warcraft 3 was removed off your Blizzard account and replaced with Warcraft 3 Reforged, which is ruined. And then they removed Overwatch from being able to be played and replaced it with Overwatch 2, which is worse. But also, like I've said every day, every time I ever talk about Overwatch, that Overwatch is the only game I have ever played in my life that every single patch made it worse. Every single change was worse than the version before. It's the only game I have ever seen like that.
In the trailer, it was like 3 weeks, 2 tanks. You know, as they're doing a little countdown. And then they specifically show you Mercy doing the full team res, and you know, all the other infamous things. So, yeah,
people would be a lot less mad about everything if they went back and redid Warcraft 3 Reforged.
But I do think it's the same subtext you're mentioning here of like, man, look how dumb and busted it was. Don't you appreciate the new thing more?
No.
As a result, I think that energy is coming through here too. I hope people can see our willingness to experiment and take risks. You probably wouldn't label doing a classic mode as a risk. We're experimenting with more format changes for season 13, different team sizes, 6v6 formats in season 14, and there's going to be limited time events. And this.
So when's this classic? When's that running?
November 12th to December 3rd.
December 3rd. Oh. It's 3 days before Marvel Rivals comes out on the 6th.
You don't say.
So we've gone from the Blizzard.
Is that so?
We have gone from the Blizzard that is so confident about the quality of their games that they are actively planning their open betas and releases to kill other games. You remember the open beta for Overwatch was announced to kill Battleborn? I'm sure you remember that.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals releasing on December 6th.
And they would announce World of Warcraft release dates to kill other games as well. And we've now moved it to make sure you do this classic event before Rivals comes out.
Oh, shit. The sabotage. Hey, remember the original? Come on back. Don't go away. Don't go over there. And you know what? Um, I mean, shit, it might work if the whole team gets fucking arrested and locked up by the time it launches.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, actually.
Like maybe
Some
Overwatch,
dudes over at Rivals getting fucking money launderer
right?
arrested.
Right? Hey, that's it. You go, hey, check out the classics, check out the old. Don't look over there. You're like, nah, fuck you, Blizzard. You're not gonna trick me. I'm gonna look over there. And you look over there and you see a fucking police car pulling up, and dude's getting slammed in the backseat. Sirens are going off. What the fuck is happening over in Rivals? So yeah, apparently 9 employees at Marvel Rivals and Destiny Rising over at NetEase got arrested, including 2 senior executives for laundering money. To the tune of some $200 million plus or over $1 billion yuan. So like whatever the fuck is happening over there ahead of this game's launch is
So this is
pretty nuts.
This is total rabid speculation by me, pulling this out of my butt. But like, I remember looking at Marvel Rivals and we played the open beta, and I was like, wow, compared to other NetEase games, this thing looks like super slick and super polished, and like there's a ton of money going into it. And I guess some of that money was going into it and coming out in a very specific way.
Yes. That was a lot of money.
Allegedly.
And the 2 executives apparently, some 27 other different companies are linked to the fraud case. That's a big number. That's a big amount, and this is pretty significant. And if that's involved with the budget at all.
So somebody points out that specifically it's people in the esports and publication departments. And that makes perfect sense, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to pay this player $400,000 a year to play esports. Does that player exist? Totally.
Or
They're
even
right over there.
Or not even the team and the players, but even just the establishment of a league, right? Oh, I'm going to need this chunk of the budget to create the league and plan the events and do the whole thing. You know, it could just be as simple as that.
You know what, man? Esports is catching up.
Esports.
Esports is catching up. People are going to prison for financial crimes. They're catching up, baseball.
The drugs aren't here yet, but Adderall is already on the table.
Here. They are absolutely here.
Man. So, but here's the thing. Like, Overwatch is just playing a sad old game of like texting you back, sending letter dumps even after being blocked, you know, trying to find sideways ways to hit you up on like WhatsApp or
Overwatch is like, hey, you remember how good we were together before I fucked your boss and torched your clothes?
Look at the photos. My phone just sent me this memory.
Good
Man,
times.
Isn't this great, you know?
Oh, my reel reminded me of how good we were.
But the current Bay is like, yeah, don't worry about it, babe. I just got to talk to the judge. It'll be like 2-3 days tops. I'll be, you know, I got
misunderstanding.
My cousin's a lawyer. We got this covered. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll be straight in 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. Don't read the news. Don't look at the newspaper.
You know what? Just don't even take any phone calls until I get home.
And you're just like, damn. But he kills it when he's here, right? When he's around, shit's good though, right? That gameplay's incredible. It's so good. Wow. Well, anyway.
I got to admit, I'm shocked more parts of large gaming publishers don't get fucking caught with their money laundering shit.
Oh yeah, no. The question is not like where, but like just simply how many, and not if, but how many. And you have to kind of wonder in these types of cases where it's like, okay, so NetEase is getting pulled up. Did somebody not get their skim? Did somebody not, grease a palm that's supposed to be greased? Did someone that was...
The system failed somewhere.
Is the system working one where the grease is consistent throughout the entire conveyor belt? Is that baked in?
Somebody was unhappy with their circumstance within the system. Or really afraid of going to jail themselves.
An accountant doesn't suddenly carry the two, look at the numbers and go, oh my God, where did $200 million go?
I just don't know, man.
All of a sudden in a single TPS report.
I don't know.
So.
No, actually, what does happen is that the national IRS equivalent goes, wait, these numbers don't make any sense. Maybe I should look a little more careful into these. None of these numbers make any sense. Where does the money go?
Yeah. Anyone could get pulled for any reason at any time that may or may not have anything to do with what's happening on the books or what they say, Never forget. Jack Ma can get disappeared for a month. Come back and be like, it's cool.